The big question is, will you go and get one more? Will you create a legacy? This is MLX Legacy. Welcome to MLX Legacy. You know, and we're so honored this weekend to have some people who are really, truly leaving a legacy in chiropractic. We have Irene Gold here. We have Dr. Neil Cohen. We have Dr. Ed Cordero with us this weekend. People that have been in chiropractic for many, many years and are leaving a legacy and will be remembered long after the time that they're gone. Will you leave a legacy this weekend? I love this clip. This is a clip from a movie called Hacksaw Ridge. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. It's a story about Desmond Dawes, who was a combat medic who had principle. We have principle. He had principle. He went into the armed forces never having an intention of ever using a weapon, never having the intention of ever hurting anybody, even his enemy, never killing anybody. He was ridiculed. He was brought up on charges because he would not fire a weapon. He was beaten up. He was made fun of, but he stood up for his principle. And in one of the bloodiest battles of World War II, the Battle of Okinawa, at a place called Hacksaw Ridge, Desmond Dawes, the combat medic, went into battle and saved 75 men. 75 men, because he stood up for his principle and he believed in something greater than him. We believe in something greater than us, and that is the principle of chiropractic. Desmond Dawes was awarded, Desmond Dawes, back one slide please. Desmond Dawes was awarded the Medal of Honor from Harry Truman in 1945 for his bravery. Another person that's left a legacy in our history is this man, Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela was born to a royal family in South Africa, had all the money he could ever think of. It was not about money for him. But in a country that was destined with racial segregation, with an all-white government who was putting the black people down in their place, was not letting them get jobs. They were in poverty. They were in complete injustice. He said, I need to take a stand here. This is not about me. This is about human rights. I need to take a stand. And he formed a coalition. And that coalition started trying to overthrow the government. And it became violent at times. And he was arrested multiple times. But he kept moving forward, until finally he was arrested for treason and put in jail for nearly 28 years of his life because he stood up for a principle. Until finally, the president in 1990, President de Klerk in South Africa, said, we have so much racial injustice going on and we're expecting a civil war, and the only person who can save this country is in jail right now, Nelson Mandela. We need to free him. And he was freed from jail, and he quenched the racial unrest, and he became the father of the nation and became president of South Africa. He left a legacy for people behind him, and will always be remembered for that. One of the greatest people who has left a legacy in this country is this man, Dr. Martin Luther King. I get emotional when I think about what he had to go through. It started with a woman named Rosa Parks in Montgomery, Alabama, who got on a bus and would not give up her seat to a white person, even though that was the unwritten law in Montgomery, Alabama. And he said, this is not right. This is a civil rights issue, and we must stand up for that. And as an American Christian minister, he led nonviolent marches to overthrow all of the racial injustice. And he made a march to Washington, where many thousands of people followed him, and made one of the greatest speeches of all time. Now is the time to make real the promises of democracy. Now is the time to rise from the dark and desolate valley of segregation to the sunlit path of racial justice. Now is the time to lift our nation from the quicksands of racial injustice to the solid rock of brotherhood. Now is the time to make justice a reality for all of God's children. When will you be satisfied? We can never be satisfied. We can never be satisfied as long as the Negro is the victim of unspeakable horrors of police brutality. We can never be satisfied as long as our children are stripped of their selfhood and robbed of their dignity by signs stating, "For whites only." No, 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 we cannot be satisfied, and we will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream. We cannot be satisfied. I have a dream today, he said. I have a dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed, that all men are created equal. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men are created equal. I have a dream today that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Well, my brothers and sisters, I have a dream today. I have a dream today that every chiropractor from every chiropractic college and every background in philosophy will sit at the table of brotherhood and agree that subluxation and medication are killing this world, the biggest killers on the face of the planet. I have a dream today that there will be a max living chiropractor in every maternity ward, checking every baby as they're born. I have a dream today. I have a dream today that there will be a max living chiropractor in every emergency room, checking everybody who comes in with a common cold and flu for subluxation. I have a dream today that there will be a max living chiropractor in every heart disease and diabetes clinic, checking for subluxation and counseling them on proper nutrition. I have a dream today that there will be a max living chiropractor in every single nursing home, helping people to die with dignity. I have a dream today that there will be a max living chiropractor in every school, checking children for scoliosis and subluxation. I have a dream today that there will be a max living chiropractor in every prison, checking for subluxation, which is the cause that got those inmates there in the first place. I have this dream today. Will you dream it with me, my brothers and sisters? Will you dream it with me? I have a dream that every valley shall be exalted, every rough plain shall be made plain, every hill and mountain shall be made low, every crooked river shall be made straight. I have a dream that the glory of the Lord will be revealed, and all flesh will feel it, and everybody will know that subluxation and medication is killing them, and max living is the answer. I have this dream today. One of the greatest legacies of all time, right here, B.J. Palmer, who took an idea from his father that said, "Son, when there's a bone in a place in the spine, hey, I think it might be affecting some nerves." And B.J. said, "Well, Dad, we got to make this something big because we've got a big idea here. We got to create a philosophy to revolve around this." And you know why? Because everybody has an innate intelligence. And that innate intelligence can only be blocked by 2 things, and that's subluxation and medication. So we got to develop this innate intelligence, and we got to make sure that everybody understands this philosophy of chiropractic. We have to take this to the world because we have something that can change the world. And when we can start translating that to all the people, and when we can start helping them to understand that we have something that is far greater than any medicine that they could ever take, we help them to understand that. We see amazing things happen. Travis, would you roll this video, please? You were diagnosed with
cancer, ductal carcinoma.
Okay. You were diagnosed with uterine cancer, right?
Yes.
And was that a scary thing when you were diagnosed?
It was. The side effects were terrible with the radiation, and the worst side effect was the fact that where the location of the tumor, they would damage my lung and possibly my heart. So I said, no, I don't want to go that route either.
They were trying to encourage me to come for radiation and chemo.
But it was a horrible drug, and I don't even want to think about it because it was so horrible. The side effects were like 3 pages long.
If you didn't get chemo or radiation, what would happen?
Yeah, then I would definitely get more cancer. So I never did have any treatments. Just coming here.
When I had x-rays done, it revealed that I did have some subluxations, and the curve in my neck wasn't good. Like it was supposed to have been the shape of a banana, but it wasn't.
Right.
Well, I didn't have that curvature that I'm supposed to have.
Right.
It was almost straight. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had some scoliosis. So I knew that if I wanted to continue on with a healthy, happy life, that I needed to do something about it.
How did coming here help you through that time?
Well, like it helped me through, like with, like coming in and getting adjusted all the time.
As soon as I started seeing the chiropractor and I was under care for a little while, I basically just stopped having sinus infections.
But now that I've been coming here, like it's been a lot better. I'd say 99% better.
I did at least 5 times a week in the beginning.
Coming 3 and 4 times a week.
Once a week.
You come once a week.
Once a week.
And you've been doing that now ever since when you got changes in your neck and you're
Right.
feeling better, but you
Right.
still maintain that
Yes.
weekly
Once a week.
for the last 4.5 years.
4.5 years.
We're treating, hopefully, the root of the problem, not the symptoms.
Impacting the other organs and so on with the adjustment, but also with what we're eating and exercising and so on.
Well, for one thing, I've cut my sugar, my carbs, almost in half, and my sugar almost down to nil, which I knew I had to do because I've been told that cancer loves sugars.
To stay away as much as possible from sweets
Yeah.
and eat raw vegetables.
I stay away from sugar and like your breads.
So now I'm just on berries,
Right on.
and I've cut out most of my bread and pasta and all that.
You were at some of the makeovers and dinners
Yes.
and things. You've come to some of the dinners.
Yeah, I've been to all the dinners. I've incorporated all the different aspects of nutrition and exercise and coming in for adjustments and eliminating as many toxins as I could from my life.
So how long has it been since you were diagnosed?
That's 13 years.
And let everybody know you're in complete remission.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, amazing. I can't believe it, how much better I feel, mentally, physically, everything.
Coming through cancer and you're in
yes.
full remission and you're in great health.
And as long as I keep coming here.
I'm 70 and I have never felt this good.
And how old are you now?
86.
86.
Well, first, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you for devoting your life to this type of health care.
We're very, very grateful.
Thank you, Max Living, for all that you have done for me over here.
Thank you, Max Living, for all the things you've done to help so many lives in the past and going forward into the future.
I'm really appreciative of Max Living and for what it has done for my life and for the life of my husband. Thank you, Max Living.
Thank you, Max Living, because it's been wonderful. It's changed my life. It really has.
All right, so here we are at our community appreciation dinner. We've got well over 200 people in the audience here, and I would like them all to participate in this, and we can't say enough about what's going on with Max Living. So on 3, everybody. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Max Living. Oh, that's awesome. Great job. That's for you. That's for all of you. That's for every one of you. Never forget you're leaving a legacy. I want to finish with this one poem from this Canadian poet named William Tallant. We will never drink your medicine. We'll never think your way. You're masters of broken promises. You're born to manipulate. Your mind is a vault of prejudice, but we see through the door. Your dirty little secrets aren't so secret anymore. We'll never drink your medicine. We'll never think your way. You're tied to an ideology that's from a book that's out of date. There's no room for your daft intolerance left in this day and age. We're not going to go down quietly. We're not going to be afraid. Your cup is full of empty promises, but there's nothing left in mine. We can't stand your incongruencies. We can see that you are blind, because under your cloak of sanities are madmen in disguise. It's time to take a stand and stop listening to your lies. We have the answer to change the world. We have the 5 essentials. We have the answer to get people off their medications. We have the answer for people's lives to change. We have the answer for the world to unite. We have the answer to empty out the prisons. We have the 5 essentials. We are max living chiropractors. Never forget it.